Hey everyone, I'm Ash Bullington and this is the Campfire. Today we are taking a look at District 6-6A, where Flower Mound Marcus has been either first or tied for first the past 3 years. The teams have stayed the same in this district after realignment, but in case you forgot, here they are. Coppell, Louisville, Flower Mound, Hebron, Marcus, Plano, Plano East, and Plano West. Longtime Hebron head coach Brian Brazel retired from coaching this season. Brazel was with the Hawks for 22 years, so he will most certainly be missed. Let's start things off by analyzing all of these teams in our film session.
Marcus should be strong again this year as quarterback Cole Welliver takes over full-time. And with Ashton Cozart to throw to, they will be dangerous. However, it's on defense where the Marauders' strength lies as they return 7 starters, including Chance Sauter, who had 7 picks last year. At Louisville, the Farmers graduated 2,000-yard back Damian Martinez and Baylor commit Antonio Winfield at wide receiver. If they want to challenge for the district title, they'll need some inexperience to step up at that position. They do have a solid defensive backcourt with the Jenkins twins, Caden and Cameron. Flower Mound should be teetering for a playoff spot, but will be counting on new quarterback Yale Erdman to lead the way. As usual for the Jags, they will be looking for players to step up on defense. Hebron will be introducing a new head coach for only the second time in school history. The Hawks will have big-time defensive talent in linebacker Carson Dean and defensive end Dalian White. Coppell missed out on the postseason last year on the last game of the season, but with superstar Braxton Myers returning in the secondary, they will be in the mix for a top 4 finish for sure. Plano ISD is desperate for a team to make the postseason this year. Plano has a huge advantage on the offensive line, but can they produce enough points to win more than just one game like last year?
Plano West has experience at quarterback in Vance Feuerbacher, while Plano East only has 1 district win last year and will hope new head coach Tony Benedetto can lead them to more. It's been quite the playoff drought for Plano ISD teams. Let's see if one of them can make the postseason in 2022. All right. Let's dig even deeper into 6-6A as we bring in our Inside High School Sports Insider, Matt Diggs, along with producer Ward Fasold in our district breakdown.
Alrighty, it's district breakdown time. There he is, Diggsy, my main man. They call him Mr. Money in the Bank because he always knows what to say about these districts. And we got 6-6A coming right now, and I'd love to hear your thoughts because Marcus has kind of won it the last couple of years. They tied for it last year or whatever, but what do you think of this district this year?
You know, I'll be honest with you because you can hold me accountable to things because we've been working on this stuff for 2-3 months now. And when I submitted my preseason rankings and things like that to you, I was very high on Louisville. Ethan Terrell coming back, Byron Ellison made all-district running back with Damian Martinez winning MVP last year. He got injured. He stepped in admirably. But when you really start to dig into Louisville a little bit, you know, they lost one of their big studs at free safety. A couple other people have transferred out. Louisville just, I don't know if they have the depth to overcome some of those losses that they've had. Ethan Terrell is going to be a fantastic quarterback. I feel like they are very well set at quarterback. I think they are definitely a playoff team in this district. But after really kind of going into Marcus and what they have coming back, I had to flop them. I've got Marcus as my number 1 team in this district. Louisville is a very talented team. Their offensive line is fantastic, but I'm really worried about on the defensive side of the ball, if they're going to just have the depth to compete in this district. I think they'll be good. I think they're going to make the playoffs. But Ashton Cozart at wide receiver, Cole Welliver, hopefully Marcus won't be doing that quarterback rotation now. Isaac Katab, Jake Ballard. I got Marcus 1. I got Louisville 2. I've got Hebron 3, Coppell 4. I'm just going to put Plano East, Plano West, and Plano in a 3-way tie for 5th, and Flower Mound 8th.
Alrighty. Well, 7-6A is next, and I will talk to you next week, Diggsy.
We'll get our Scotties out for that one.
Fight, fight, fight.
Diggsy and Wiz will have even more about this district on our social media platforms this Wednesday. Now let's take a look at some of the athletes you should keep an eye out and our players on the rise.
Ashton Cozart is a game-changing wide receiver for the Marcus Marauders. Last year, he caught 38 passes for 694 yards and 11 touchdowns, and this year will be the main target in the Marcus offense. He's an athletic, lean receiver who uses his physicality to pull down the 50-50 balls. Plus, he has the speed to break the long 1-2. Cozart verbally committed to Oregon.
At Louisville, the unanimous district newcomer of the year was quarterback Ethan Terrell.
As a sophomore, he threw for just under 2,500 yards and 18 touchdowns as he had plenty of weapons around.
This year, the Farmers' skill position players are a little less experienced, so they will count on Terrell to make some plays.
He has an offer from Northern Arizona, but still has 2 years left in high school, so he'll pick up more offers. Defensively, Braxton Myers at Coppell is a playmaker at the cornerback position. Unfortunately, due to his prowess in the defensive backfield, opponents don't let him show his playmaking skills because they don't throw it his way. Last year, Myers made 38 tackles to go along with a pick.
He has long arms and a 76.5-inch wingspan, which makes quarterbacks throw with pinpoint accuracy in order to complete a pass on him.
Myers verbally committed to USC. As a junior, Hebron linebacker Carson Dean filled the stat sheet for the Hawks. Dean had 86 tackles, with 25 of them being for a loss, 10 sacks, and 1 interception. To say it bluntly, Carson is a one-man wrecking machine on the defensive side of the ball. Dean is fast as well, which helps him get to the ball carrier before he knew what hit him. Carson is verbally committed to Arkansas.
Louisville has been a perennial playoff team since former Farmers great Michael Odell took over as head coach. Our Ward Fasold caught up with Odell to talk about the Farmers and their chances of upending Marcus as district champs in our Media Day segment.
All right, it's Media Day. We are talking 6-6A. I'm joined with Louisville head coach Michael Odell. Coach, you guys 11-2 last year, 61 in the district with that tough loss to Marcus. But the year before, you also pulled off the first place thing. But you're graduating a lot of guys. Talk to me about how you feel your team's going to perform on the field this year with some maybe a little less experience as you've had in the past.
Definitely graduated a heck of a group. Guys that were just invested and bought in, and it was a deep class. It had some really talented guys at the top, but the overall depth of it was just was really, really good. And when your seniors play at a high level, when you get 20, 30, 25, 30 of them playing at a high level, you got a chance to be successful on the field. I'm a firm believer that you can look at your senior class, and it's going to tell you a lot about how you're going to perform on the field if they are bought in, and talented kids and just doing right. It makes for a good atmosphere. But on to this year, we don't have a ton of experience coming back, but where we do have experiences up front, we're going to be able to. We're excited about our offensive line. We're excited about the defensive line that we've got coming, out of spring, and then. We do have a couple of key pieces returning in our quarterback and our the twins back in the secondary. So, we've got some pieces to fill in. Competition has been high, and that's kind of where we sit right now. But we're excited about the team that we're putting together for 2022.
I appreciate you joining us. I can't wait to see Farmer football again this year and see if you guys can stay atop 6-6A.
Well, I appreciate it.
We'll post the entire interview on our social media this Friday, but if you just can't wait, the extended cut of the Campfire is on iTunes and Spotify on Inside High School Sports DFW. That's going to do it for this week's show. Join us next week when we talk 7-6A, as that district got significantly more difficult with Highland Park moving up from 5A to join that district. You can keep up with everything on the high school football scene on our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram accounts. Until next time, I am Ashley Billington, and thank you so much for watching the Campfire.